Believe it or not, poor people, middle-class people, and rich people all live in completely different financial worlds. And I'm not just talking about how much money they have, I'm talking about how they think about money, how they use it, what they expect from it, and what role it plays in their lives. See, most people don't realize this. How you think about money becomes the thermostat for how much of it you'll keep, grow, or lose. Let me show you what I mean. Imagine I give $1,000 to 3 people. One with a poor mindset, one with a middle-class mindset, and one with a rich mindset. Each of these people is going to use that $1,000 in completely different ways. The way they think about money, the way they value it, and the way they approach it are all completely different. The poor person is going to use it to survive. They might catch up on bills, buy food, fix the car, maybe even splurge a little because life's been hard. The middle-class person, they'll use it to feel good. Maybe they pay down debt, maybe they buy something nice to reward themselves, maybe they put a little in savings. Now the rich, they're asking, how do I flip this? They might put that $1,000 into a high-return investment, buy products to resell, use it to start a micro-business. And that's when you realize something huge. Money is not just currency, it's a mirror. It reflects how you think, what you value, and what you believe is possible for your life. Same $1,000, completely different outcomes, all because of what they think the primary purpose of money is. This is what keeps people broke even when they earn more. It's what keeps people stuck in middle-class comfort zones their whole lives. And it's what helps a few people build lasting wealth that frees them and their kids forever. The poor, the middle class, and the rich all have vastly different views on what money is for and how it should be handled. And that's not just a small difference. It's a fundamental shift in how they see and interact with money on a day-to-day basis. And this is what really determines whether someone stays poor, stays middle class, or becomes wealthy. So if you're interested in digging deeper into this and finding out why people use money differently, then you're in the right place. Welcome to Flourish in Wealth, where financial freedom begins. Now I'm going to break this down layer by layer. Let's zoom in and really look at how people from different financial backgrounds relate to money, starting with the one most people are either familiar with or fighting to escape. Number 1, the poor see money as a lifeline. To the poor, money is oxygen, it's survival. It's not about dreams or growth or wealth, it's about making it to next week without drowning. When you're living in that space, every single dollar already has a job before it even hits your hand. You're already 10 steps behind, playing catch-up with overdue bills, past due rent, groceries that ran out 3 days ago, and a car that's one breakdown away from disaster. In this world, money is not opportunity, it's escape. It's relief. It's that short breath you take before you get pulled under again. And when you're in survival mode, your brain isn't even wired for long-term thinking. Science backs that up. Constant financial stress shrinks your ability to plan ahead. You're not lazy, you're not undisciplined, you're overwhelmed. You're carrying the weight of daily emergencies. So the idea of investing, building wealth, starting a business, that feels like something other people do, people who don't have to choose between electricity and gas money. And here's the worst part. When you're constantly in that mode, you start to believe this is just the way life works. That money will always be a struggle, that it's always going to come in and fly right out. So what happens when a little extra comes in? Maybe a tax refund, a stimulus check, a surprise gift. It disappears just as fast. Not because you're irresponsible, but because your brain has trained itself to see money as something to spend now, not something to build with. You've been living so long in financial emergency mode that money becomes associated with relief, not with growth. And it becomes a loop, a cycle. Even when the income increases, the outcome stays the same. You can make more and still be stuck. Why? Because the rules of the game haven't changed. The way you relate to money hasn't shifted. And listen, I'm not judging that. A lot of people are in this. I've been in this. I know how it feels when payday hits and it's already gone before you even touch it. I've seen that account hit zero and felt my stomach drop. But here's what nobody talks about. The hardest part of poverty isn't just the lack of money. It's the way it warps your relationship with money. You start believing that money is just for catching your breath, that it'll always be scarce, that it comes to put out fires, not to plant seeds. And that's the trap, because money to the poor mindset is temporary relief, not a tool for growth. You're not building, you're not investing, you're just surviving. And over time, that mindset becomes your default setting. So even when more money comes in through a raise, a tax refund, a bonus, it's gone just as fast because the thinking hasn't changed. So when you do get a chance, your first instinct isn't to grow it. It's to make the stress go away. Because when money equals survival, there's no energy left to dream. And let me say this, you don't break out of poverty by getting more money. You break out by learning to see money differently. Because how you see money decides how you use it. And how you use it determines whether you stay where you are or move into something better. Now, if you're ready to become a money magnet, head to the comment section below and type money flows to me. I'll be looking out for your comments. And if you're finding value in this video, don't forget to hit that like button. It helps the algorithm and it really supports the channel so I can keep bringing you more content like this. Let's get back to it. Number 2, the middle class see money as a badge. This one's going to hit close to home for a lot of people because this is where most of the world lives. The middle class isn't living in survival mode like the poor. But let me tell you, they're not free either. They're just playing a different game and most don't even realize it. See, when you're in the middle class, money isn't just about survival anymore. It's about status, about stability, about looking successful even if you're quietly drowning in debt behind the scenes. Money becomes this invisible badge that says, I've made it. You know the routine. You go to school, get the degree, land the job, buy the house, finance the car, take the annual vacation, dress the kids nice, eat out every weekend, maybe even invest a little in a retirement plan, and it all feels like the dream. But deep down, it's a comfortable cage. You're not free. You're just managing better. And most people in this space are absolutely terrified of slipping backwards. They're not thinking about building wealth. They're thinking, how do I hold on to this lifestyle? How do I keep looking like I've got it together? So what happens? They play defense with money. Every decision is about safety and appearances, not about leverage, not about growth. They're earning more, yes, but they're spending more too. The paycheck goes up, the lifestyle inflates to match it. Bigger house, newer car, nicer vacations. But guess what? It's all on a foundation of loans, credit, and paychecks that have to keep coming in. And the dangerous part here is that most people in this space think they're doing well, because everything looks fine from the outside. But here's the truth nobody likes to say out loud. Most middle-class people are one emergency away from panic. One job loss, one health scare, one unexpected bill, and the whole thing starts to crack. Because their lives are built on liabilities, things that take money out of their pocket, not put money in. They have stuff, but they don't have freedom. They look rich, but they're not wealthy. There's a difference. People in the middle class often have the illusion of progress, but not the power of real freedom. They're working for money, but they're not making money work for them. When you suggest investing or starting something on the side or taking a calculated risk to grow, it feels like too much, too scary, too risky. Because when your life is built on just enough, rocking the boat sounds dangerous, so they stay stuck. Stuck in comfort, stuck in routine, stuck in a loop where they're not broke, but they're not free either. Guys, listen, the middle-class trap is sneaky because it feels successful. It looks stable, but it's often a paycheck-to-paycheck cycle dressed up in nice clothes. And if you never realize that, you'll keep trading your time for money forever, just so you can keep up the image. But that's not the goal here. That's not wealth. That's not freedom. And the scariest part is that most people don't know they're in this trap, because on paper it all looks successful. So if you're watching this and thinking, man, this might be me, don't beat yourself up. Just know that comfort isn't the destination. It's the temptation that keeps you from climbing higher. Now let's go deeper. Number 3. The rich see money as a tool for multiplication. Now here's where the shift happens. Rich people don't just spend money. They don't just save money. They use money. To them, money is not about survival. It's not even about status. It's about opportunity. This right here is what separates the rich from everyone else. It's not just the money they have, it's how they see money. To the rich, money is a tool, that's it, a tool, a resource, a seed, a lever. It's not something to worship, it's not something to hoard, it's something to use, strategically, intentionally, and boldly. Rich people don't think, how can I spend this? Or even, how can I save this? They're thinking, how can I multiply this? How can I put this dollar to work so it brings me back 5 more? They know something most people don't. Money flows to the person who knows how to grow it. So what do? They use money to buy time, hiring help, automating tasks, freeing up their hours to focus on what matters. They use money to buy freedom, so they're not tied to a desk or a clock or a paycheck. They use money to buy leverage, investing in assets, businesses, partnerships, ideas. They're thinking scale, not safety. While everyone else is stuck in save, spend, repeat, they're building systems, assets, cash flow machines, stuff that works whether they're awake or asleep. They're not afraid of failing, they're afraid of staying stuck. That's why you'll see a wealthy person lose millions and bounce back in a year. Because it was never really about the money, it was about what they knew. The habits, the networks, the way they think. Poor and middle-class people often ask, can I afford this? But rich people ask, will this multiply? Will this open doors? Will this buy me influence, equity, or a return down the road. They're not looking for status, they're looking for scalability. They don't spend to feel rich, they invest to stay rich. And this is the shift, guys. This is where the game changes. Because the moment you stop seeing money as something you just earn and spend, and start seeing it as a tool to build with, that's the moment you stop chasing money and start commanding it. Now let's do a quick reality check. Here's the thing. Most people watching this video are not poor. You're not sleeping under a bridge, but you're not rich either. If you disagree with me on this, please let me know in the comments below. You're stuck in the middle, paycheck to paycheck, working hard, following the rules, doing what you were told growing up. Get a good job, buy a house, play it safe, work for 40 years, retire when you're too old to enjoy it. That's the middle class script, and guys, it's outdated. It was built for an economy that no longer exists. Now we're in a world where the internet has changed the game. Information is everywhere. Access is faster. Wealth is being created younger than ever, but if your mindset is still in the 90s, you'll miss out. You'll settle for security instead of chasing ownership, freedom, and purpose. So now here's the part that matters most. What do you do with this? Let's say you realize, man, I've been stuck in survival mode, or I've been trying to look wealthy instead of building wealth. The way out is not about some get-rich-quick trick. It's about a mindset shift. Here are 3 questions you should start asking every time you touch money. 1, can this money work for me before I spend it? 2, is this helping me build something or just making me feel good for a moment? And 3, if I keep doing what I'm doing now, where will I be in 5 years? Wealth doesn't just show up, it's planted, it's watered, it's protected, and most of all, it's built on the right beliefs. So guys, if you're ready to start shifting how you see money, not just earning it, but multiplying it, this is your wake-up call. First things first, you need to shift from survival mode to building mode. Survival mode is when you're just focused on making ends meet. It's reactive. Every time a bill comes or a payment is due, you're scrambling to figure out how to pay it. But building mode, that's proactive. You're not just reacting to life, you're creating opportunities. You start thinking long-term. You start planning for the future. Now, don't get it twisted. Building mode doesn't mean you have a lot of money to start with. It means you start thinking about how to create opportunities where there seem to be none, and you don't need a 6-figure income to do this. Example, if you're in debt, your first move isn't to just pay off bills with what's left over. No, your first move is to start learning about side hustles, investments, anything that could make you money without you having to work harder. You're shifting your focus from survival to growth. That's a huge mental shift, and it doesn't happen overnight, but it has to start somewhere. Build assets, not liabilities. The rich build assets. The middle class buys liabilities they think are assets. What's the difference? An asset puts money in your pocket. It's something that generates wealth over time: real estate, stocks, businesses, intellectual property, anything that appreciates or generates cash flow. A liability, on the other hand, takes money out of your pocket. A car loan, credit card debt, a big house that costs more to maintain than it's worth. These are liabilities. The rich understand this. They focus on buying income-producing assets. They use their money to buy things that pay them every month. Invest in yourself. I can't stress this enough. This is a game changer. The rich invest in themselves constantly. They understand that knowledge is power. They know that the more they know, the more they can leverage that knowledge to create wealth. Now, I'm not talking about college degrees or certifications. I'm talking about investing in knowledge that actually helps you grow financially. And here's the thing about investing in yourself. It doesn't cost much to get started. You can start with free YouTube videos like mine. There are books on Amazon for $10 to $15 that could change the entire way you think about money. You can sign up for a few online courses, read blogs, or even go to free events to start expanding your mind. But here's what you can't do. Sit back and wait for an opportunity to fall into your lap. Because, spoiler alert, that never happens. You have to be proactive. You have to seek knowledge and act on it. If you're not willing to invest in your own mind and knowledge, then how can you expect to build wealth? Here's another big takeaway. Money is not just about how much you have, it's about how you think about it. Your mindset determines whether you're stuck in survival mode, stuck in a middle-class rut, or whether you're using your money to create freedom and wealth. You've got to stop seeing money as something that comes and goes. Start seeing it as something that can be leveraged, grown, and used to build your future. Remember, the rich don't just get money. They make money work for them. If this video hit home for you, make sure you drop a like, hit subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. And make sure to check out my other video here for more money tips. You won't want to miss it.